Okay, wow, it's bright out here.
I said a boom, chicka boom.
And then I come in this shade and it gets dark. Trying to find the perfect lighting is always a struggle with cameras because they're always adjusting. Anyway, okay, let me walk to the front and I want to show you guys. You guys care if I put on my glasses? Okay, that's better. I don't want to be squinting the whole time during this video. What we have is an Itasca Meridian. This is a 2004. It is a diesel pusher. It is 36 feet long. And why did we go with the Class A? Well, lots of different reasons, but one of those reasons is comfort while traveling. As we mentioned, when we first started out, we had a truck and a fifth wheel, but with having 4 kids, yes, we have 4 kids, Loftis Party of 6, all of us being crammed in the truck at one time, driving 3 to 4 to 5 hours on travel days was becoming a nightmare. We did not enjoy it anymore. Starting off, it was great. We loved it. But as time went on, we realized this wasn't for us. We wanted something simpler. And we were in Sedona for a few weeks and we seen all the Jeeps going way off into the backcountry in the Arizona desert. And we got really envious. And then I started looking up, okay, is it possible for us to get all of our family into a Jeep Wrangler? It is. That Jeep has a 3rd row. I installed it myself. If you're curious on how we did that, check out the video right before this one where I installed that. Anyway, let's continue the tour. So far, we've gone from Missouri to Colorado, and we did not stop except for gas. We did not stop for potty breaks. We did not stop for lunch. Lane got up, made us lunch, took the kids to the bathroom as we're traveling down the road. And I had so much comfort and room in my driver's captain's chair. It's just so comfortable. We just love it. We love traveling in this Class A so far, and we've only been 12 hours so far in it. So we're really enjoying it. What we love about the Class A, besides the ease of comfort, is all of the basement storage. Now the Class A's, this one is 36 feet. It's 2 feet shorter than what our fifth wheel was. Our fifth wheel was 38 feet. This is also 1 foot shorter than our fifth wheel. Hard to believe. Our fifth wheel was 12.6. This is 11.6. But as you notice probably from the inside, is that we lose headroom. The fifth wheels have so much headroom. I mean, they go really tall ceilings in those. Whereas this, it's not that way. You are maybe have a 7-foot ceiling. I don't know, maybe it's 6'8", somewhere in there. You have limited headroom in the motorhome, but you have huge amounts of storage underneath the motorhome. And we love that because of the fact that we also did downsize from the fifth wheel to the Class A, is that now we have more storage underneath to put things to where we really didn't have to leave a whole lot of things back in Missouri when we moved out of the fifth wheel to the motorhome. It's just that some of those things went into the basement storage instead of into our living spaces. Let me show you. In our previous RV, the fifth wheel, we just basically had one door area that kind of went all the way through to the other side. That's what they call the basement. In the Class A, you've got storage, and it's the same thing on the other side. Now, I do have a lot of things crammed in here as of right now. Like we said, we went to Aldi and stocked up on some groceries, and some of those things are down here because they're not fitting up there. So we have a lot of stuff in there right now. Lane's got her own tub for all of her extra shoes that won't fit up there. We keep all of our hats. We have quite a few hats, and so I've just got them in their own tote down here. Now this compartment here was just for all of our camping stuff. I do have a stroller in here, but our camping chairs, a camping table, all of our camping chairs are back there, and there you go. So it's really hard to tell, but right now I'm just at the door, and it probably goes back 8 feet back in there. Hard to tell, and maybe it's not 8 feet, maybe it's like 6 feet. I'm not sure exactly how far it goes back. But a lot of storage there. Our propane tank now is fixed. It's something that we don't take out. Like our fifth wheel, you took them out and then you go to a place to fill them up. Now I have to fill up our propane tank with the Class A, you know, so I have to make sure we do that on travel days when we are going to a destination. Now this is a much larger tank than what we had in the fifth wheel, so it will last a lot longer for us, which is really good. So this is my battery storage area. So with the Class A, I have 2 chassis batteries. So basically this is to control or to start my engine. And then I have 3 house batteries, and I just bought those. They're just a 12-volt lead acid battery. So as I mentioned, this is a diesel pusher. It's got a Caterpillar engine in it. It does say 330 horse, but with this being a 2004 Meridian, the previous owner done something to the engine and they put in a aftermarket. It's a Caterpillar engine as well, but it's a 2008 model. So that model has 350 horsepower. It does come with the Allison 6-speed transmission, which is a fabulous transmission. So those two paired together, this thing really does well in driving. And let me say this, because when I started looking for Class A's, I looked at gas and diesels, mainly because the gas ones are a lot cheaper. But I knew in my heart I wanted a diesel. Because I had a diesel before with the truck and fifth wheel, I knew that diesels really are just a much better engine for RVing, especially when you're towing, especially when you're going into the mountains, like I knew we was going to be doing. And so I made sure that I found us a diesel pusher, and there are a lot out there. Again, this is a 2004. I'll go ahead and tell you, because I don't mind a bit. We paid $45,000 for this, and I feel like we got a great deal on it because it was in great shape. So there are deals out there to be had on diesel pushers. You may just have to go back 10 to 15 years to find those. But you get a great quality coach in those years, I believe, as well. I believe they were manufactured well back then, as maybe not today. I've heard stories about they're trying to put them together so quickly because there's such a high demand in the RV industry that they're not doing as great a job. I have nothing to base that on because I have not owned a new one. Everything we've bought so far has been used, but I'm very happy with our used purchases so far and have not had any complaints in the quality. And so something else I really love about it is up there, you can kind of see right there, that's a backup camera. I love that thing. I can see our Jeep while we're towing, going down the road. When we're backing up, I can see it. It illuminates really well at nighttime. My reverse lights make it so bright back here, but I love having that. I'm so glad we do have that. Got all my Roadmaster tow bar stuff. I love Roadmaster, quality is excellent. I'm gonna do a video on this, show you guys exactly why I picked Roadmaster and how it works really good with our setup with the motorhome and the Jeep. So I have an inverter in this. Has all your outside shower stuff. I got a 50 amp plug, so all that stuff's there. Something else I do want to mention is that the air conditioner in this system, it's not up on top. These are kind of like a house air conditioner system. And so your AC, everything is down here, and your fan kind of blows out through the bottom, which makes it much quieter, so you don't have as much air noise inside the coach. I don't know if you noticed whenever we was doing our video earlier, the AC was running in there, and so it's pretty quiet because the whole AC unit is back here in the back. This sounds so strange to say, but I'm really excited about my gray and black tank setup. So in my fifth wheel, I had 2 black tanks and I had 2 gray tanks. I had to move my hoses twice in order to go to the dump station or to dump our tanks. Whereas this thing is just one hookup. It's got one hookup for my black, one valve for my black, one valve for my gray, and it is so fast, so simple to use those. I don't have to move around hoses anymore, so I love that. And this is part of the slide, so this only has 2 slides. So this is a closet area in the kids' room, and then our second slide is the living room area. And underneath that, the whole thing slides out, is your compartment, your basement area underneath there, which is really handy so you don't have to duck to go up underneath the slide to get to the storage area. It slides out with the slide, which is really nice. And so this area is just kids toys is in this one. We have another one that has the kids games. I've got just some odds and ends, my water jugs for when we're boondocking to fill up. I have an extra 30 amp cord here. And so this is obviously just storage area, but it's a really good storage area because it's connected. Whereas on the other side, those 2 basement areas don't connect. There's a wall between them, but this thing, you know, it's connected. So if I have something really long to fit in there, I can do that. In fact, I do. If you noticed in the new RV, we don't have the measuring board for our children. It's because the ceiling in this is too short, and so the measuring board will not fit in there. We still have it. It is with us, but it's in here. And it's a great little spot to put it because it is over 6 feet tall, quite a bit 6 feet tall. It may be like 7 feet tall, but I have that in here, and it's nice that these 2 areas connect for me to be able to fit something long like that. And lastly, right up here towards the front of the coach is just a little area to where I can put some tools, great little area for me to just have some tools and whatnot in there. Now, if you guys have been following us for a while, you know that in our fifth wheel, we had a separate generator system. It was a Harbor Freight Predator 3500. And I had to lug that thing out of the basement of the fifth wheel anytime I needed to use it. And Lane and I had several arguments about when it should be used, especially when we was boondocking in Walmart parking lots, which I always hated to get out and do that. But now our RV has a built-in generator. Praise the Lord. Love this thing. So we have an Onan. It's a quiet diesel. And what's great about this thing is it's actually connected to the gas tank of the coach. It'll pull from it to give it the fuel that it needs to run, which is really, really nice because I don't have to have two separate tanks to fill up now. I just do one, and this operates off of that system. It's all push button. I can do it from inside the coach. It's really nice to have. I love having the onboard generator, and Lane does too, and now there's no more arguments to be had. And because our coach is a diesel coach and it's on a Freightliner chassis, it has air brakes, airbag suspension, and what's also really handy because we are now Jeepers and we love to do off-roading is that it has its own air compressor built on board. So if we are ever doing any off-roading and I need to air down my tires so that the Jeep performs better off-road, now when we come back, all I have to do is plug in my hose, my air compressor hose, into this, turn it on, and I can get my tires aired back up. Now I can air up the RV tires as well without having to find a place to do that. One of the problems I was having whenever we were preparing to leave for Colorado was where I was going to put our kids' bikes. And I was trying to fit them underneath the basement storage, but it just wasn't going to work. And so I just went to Camping World and just bought this. It's like 45 bucks, but it's just a bike rack. It only holds 2 bikes, but since Chasen's bike is really small, I can fit all 3 bikes up there. It's really handy to have. So something I realized Lane forgot to show you guys, and I wanted to show you because she's gone now, is that her little spices that she has right here. She went and bought basically a spice rack holder. It has 3M tape on the back of it, and you can break them into individual sections. And so in between our fridge and the pantry was this little section. I thought, you know what, we need to do something with that, utilize it, and this worked perfectly for all of our spices to just go right there. So wanted to show that to you. Okay, everybody, this concludes our RV tour. Thank you for joining along with us and checking it out. We hope that you guys enjoyed it. Hope that maybe it inspired you to do something with yours if you want to, or maybe even just give a Class A and a Jeep Wrangler. That may be an idea for you.
Just saying.
I mean, we're doing it with a family of 6.
I mean, yeah, we look like a bunch of oldies. Like you see the RV and you think, you know, you're going to see cotton tops, but it's us, and it's
we
fun,
love you cotton tops out there, by the way, that follow us.
Yes.
We have a lot of them.
Well, let's totally erase
No,
that.
we don't have to.
No,
it's
no,
funny.
no.
They love your sense of humor. Don't you love Lane's sense of humor?
I used to be a hairdresser. I have my own salon, so that's the word that comes to my
she's
head.
used to messing with people's hair.
Yes, and butts.
Ouch.
Painting his right now.
All right.
Anyways, we love you guys. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.